The gym lights flicker on, harsh, white, unrelenting. A single man stands in the center, sweat already dripping from his temples before the first rep begins. His name is Roelly Winklaar, the Beast of Curaçao. A man built from fire, molded by struggle, and defined by discipline. Every inch of his muscle is carved by years of sacrifice, every vein tells a story of pain turned into power. In the silence of dawn, when the world still sleeps, Roelly moves like a machine with a soul. His arms, the kind that made legends whisper, are not just muscle, they are his legacy. Each rep, each drop of blood, each scream of effort is a dialogue between him and destiny. His physique is not just built in the gym, it's forged in the darkness of doubt, in the loneliness that champions know too well. But Roelly's story wasn't born from privilege. It began on the rough streets of Curaçao, where dreams were small, and opportunities smaller. Life tested him early. He lost his father young, faced heartbreak, and for a time, even lost himself. Yet within that chaos, something unbreakable grew, a fire, a hunger to become more than what life offered. The gym became his escape, his sanctuary, his battlefield. And within those iron walls, Roelly Winklaar was reborn. When Roelly trains, it's not a workout, it's war. The sound of metal clanging echoes like gunfire, and the weights become his enemies. He doesn't just lift, he conquers. Every set is a promise to himself, every failure a spark for the next rise. The sweat that rolls off his skin is not exhaustion, it's transformation. He trains until his arms tremble, until his body screams for mercy, and even then, he refuses to stop. There's a reason they call him the Beast. It's not just his monstrous arms or the freakish proportions that made him a fan favorite on the Olympia stage. It's his mindset, relentless, primal, unstoppable. Roelly embodies the idea that greatness doesn't come from comfort. It comes from pain, from pushing through the breaking point and finding strength on the other side. When Roelly walks onto the stage, the lights seem to follow him. The crowd roars, not just because of his size, but because of his presence, that mix of humility and power, that balance of fire and grace. He stands like a titan, veins surging, every muscle in perfect harmony, sculpted by discipline and defiance. The stage becomes his battlefield, and the world becomes his witness. But what most people don't see are the lonely nights, the early mornings, the meals eaten in silence, the sacrifices made behind closed doors. They don't see the days when his body aches, when his spirit falters, when the mirror shows more flaws than progress. Yet Roelly never quits. He knows champions are not born in applause, they are made in the shadows. Even as injuries came, even when critics doubted him, Roelly stood tall. Because a true warrior doesn't fight for validation, he fights for evolution. His journey isn't just about building the perfect body, it's about building an unbreakable will. And as the music swells, as the gym echoes with the rhythm of effort, you realize that Roelly Winklaar isn't chasing titles anymore, he's chasing legacy. He represents every underdog who refused to stay down, every dreamer who fought through the pain, every believer who turned failure into fuel. In the end, bodybuilding for Roelly isn't about size. It's about soul. It's about the fire that never dies, the heart that never gives up, the beast that refuses to be tamed. He lifts not just for the trophy, but for the boy who dreamed in the dark and refused to stop until he became the light.